Well, here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. Today's Academy of Wow Men. Men, we're going to have to talk. oh, my living universe. My living universe. I'm gonna have to take the damn gloves off this time. I'm gonna have to take the gloves off. I'm really gonna have to. I'm not playing with you this time. And I gotta keep my language. I'm trying my best to speak without making you think I'm just attacking you with this particular word, attack. But I'm gonna set the record straight. I've noticed in all my research, yes, I am a RP guy. Yes, I deliver the RP. I understand about the opposite sex, men. But you guys, holy heavens above, I've noticed that let me put it straight. Your ass is the problem. You men of all diaspora. Let me ask you a question. What the hell is wrong with you guys? You men are so blinded by your ignorance. It's not even funny. I've said this before, and I can pretty much comprehend what's going on now. If I was a woman, the way that America is running today, the way that women play you boys, okay, I clearly understand. I play you too. Okay, I disenfranchise you too. As a matter of fact, I'll be ruthless about it because you men are a bunch of children. And this is what I mean. I'm gonna explain two things to you. Actually, two big things. I always do twos or threes because I don't want to. As a professor, I've learned not to confuse the message, so I keep it very simple. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this today. And getting your feelings all you want to, I don't give a damn about your feelings. You need to understand your ignorance. Rule number one, men, or lesson number one. I'm gonna get to lesson number two. Lesson two is bigger than lesson one. Rule number one. Why would you allow yourself to go down the drain while your woman is getting better? What I mean is this. Oh, Lord have mercy. Listen carefully. I speak to all kinds of women. I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this so you can understand. I need you to clearly understand me, okay? I told you before I'm an alpha male. Didn't I tell you that? I told you probably several times for the lesson, not to be big-headed. It's not to beat on my chest. No. When I say I am something, like when somebody say I'm a police officer or I am an attorney, I'm a doctor, or I am a teacher or something, and they begin to talk, they're coming to you from their experience as just that. Does that make sense? Like if a pilot is teaching you about airplanes and telling you how to pilot, and they're talking about it. They're telling you from their experience. They're not trying to be cocky and say, well, I just want the world to praise me because I'm a pilot. I want the world to praise me because I'm a multimillionaire. Or I want the world to praise me because I'm a doctor. No. They're telling you what they are. So when you are listening to them, you know that they know something about what they're discussing because they do it. Like a stripper. If she's telling you, hey, I know about the stripping industry. Yeah, I called it that. Laugh at it, okay? Yeah, I know about the industry. I know about what the girls do in there. I know what happens behind the curtains or in the back rooms and guys that get it there. She's telling you about what she knows. So she begins to talk about the strip club because she's there. She's not trying to promote herself as a stripper. She's not trying to sell herself as a stripper. She's trying to tell you, I'm getting ready to teach you something about what's going on in the industry. So when I am telling you now, again, this is a good example. If some of you are in your feelings and you're beta boys because you're mad at me because I'm something that you're not. Okay. That's because you don't pay attention and you don't hear good. You are a sloth, and that's why you're not here. Thank goodness that you're not. But if you're in your feelings, that's just because you don't hear good and you're deaf and dumb at the same time. Yeah, I said it. As an alpha, I am an alpha male. Women come to me. Do I have to put it in big letters or small letters or little bitty letters, or put it in your dumb phone, write it on your damn wall? I'm telling you this because a lot of these women, they are married, or are they single, or they are talking to other people, they're in a situationship. These women come to me and they talk. Do you understand? And then when they talk, sometimes I see you and I'm like, damn, she's telling the truth. Sometimes women do not lie. When they say that, when she says, my husband is a scrub, I see your frail, funny looking, buck-toothed, pimple face, big-eyed, skinny, emotional ass walk around the corner. And I'm like, is that him? I know it has to be him because you describe him right there. Yeah, that's him right there. I'm like, damn, this dude, you married this child. You married this beta boy. How come you didn't wait for the right type of guy? And the majority of the reason, listen, I'm not going to make it long. I'm trying to make it short and sweet. You men let your woman pass you up. What that means is this. You have to keep fit. You have to stay in your zone of masculinity. You have to stay the man that she met you. Women make bad decisions. I get it. Sometimes they base their connections off of emotions and, oh, this was my high school sweetheart. I went to the prom with him. My mother hooked me up with this church beta. My friend likes him, so I like him. I know. I get it. Right? They make bad decisions based off of a social circle. But a lot of times, if you stay in the gym, you eat healthy, men, you take care of yourself, men, you do your hair, what I mean is brush your hair, you have a proper grooming and decorum about yourself, you keep your pants around your waist, you crease your pants, you wear cologne, you brush your goddamn teeth, you wash your face, okay, you put on some, not heavy cologne, but just a little bit of cologne because you don't want to stink up the hallway. Yes, she knows you smell good, but there are some men who put on too much cologne and you stink. If somebody lights a cigarette around you, they're going to be lit up to hell. As a matter of fact, the whole place is going to come burning down because of your stinky ass. You don't need to put on so much cologne where you are swimming in alcohol. And everything you touch smells like your cologne. Everywhere you go smells like your cologne. You haven't been in the hallway for like 2 hours and it still smells like your ass. That's stupid. It don't make no sense. You don't need that much cologne on. If you do it, you stink. Women like it when you smell good, but they don't like it when you smell like that. When you smell like the entire cologne collection. You got what I'm saying? And too many of you men, you do that. And you think that's the only form of, oh, I like to smell good. So I'm going to go ahead and just douse myself in this cheap alcoholic type of cologne because women want that smell. So instead of going to get a nice shower, go bathe like I'm supposed to, put on some goddamn Brute or something, some aftershave lotion that smells manly. I'm just going to douse myself with this cologne and call it a day. You're a dummy. But I'm done dousing you on that one. I know y'all hear enough of it, but this is the point I'm trying to get to. All right? I'm not roasting you. Listen, Morpheus is not roasting my brothers out here in the world. I'm not roasting you, even though it seems like it. I'm trying to get to a point. I'm always going to give you the footwork before I give you the Shangri-La. That's how I work. Like Muhammad Ali. We're going to bob and weave on the ropes. We're going to bounce back and forth. I'm going to jump around the ring a little bit. And then I'm going to give you the Shangri-La. Then I'm going to uppercut you when you don't see it. And then there are some audios where I come at you like Mike Tyson. Before you know it, the first round, you knocked out. It depends on the subject that we're talking about. But I got to be easy because some of you are betas and you're soft. Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to give you the Mike Tyson uppercut. Stop letting your woman be more in shape than you. Stop it. Because if you keep doing it, when she comes around the corner and she meets me, I'm not going to have no remorse for you. You understand? I'm going to make sure that you lose the game, and you are going to lose, because here's the facts. She chose you to begin with, and she's yours. She's your woman, at least at that time. All you have is a simple task of keeping yourself in order and in shape. How are you going to expect women to keep themselves in order and in shape, and you looking like a couch potato? You're looking like, what do you call that? Homer Simpson. You're looking like Homer Simpson, but yet you want her to look like a supermodel. It don't matter how, yeah, you may have a pocket full of money. Whatever the reason is that you are there. You may even be the thing that she's so into where she don't care about how you look. But you got to know she still cares about how you look. Eventually, over time, she's still going to want that spicy relationship. She's still looking for something that is exciting. She's still going to want this guy who's chiseled, who's tall, who looks right. His teeth is right. His health is right. His skin is clear. His mind is right. And then if he has good money or good status or good standing in society, it's even better, men. Just because if you lead with your wallet, you're a bozo. You are a bozo. Because when another man comes around and he looks better than you, he's more buff than you, he's chiseled than you, he got more status than you, his life is right than you, you are opening up the door. Yeah, women do have this sense of hypergamy. She is, on a general basis, depending on who she is, because it's just the majority of them, not all, but the majority of them, they're going to be looking for the next best option. And when you open up that door, men, by losing your focus, by getting lazy, by remaining at home, sitting on the couch, eating ho-hos, and just playing video games all day, put your stinky feet on the coffee table and think she's not going to be disappointed just because you paying the bills, you got it all messed up. Because what's going to end up happening to you, she's going to cheat on you eventually, or she's already cheating on you. You don't know it. Because when she come home, she'll smile at you with your funny looking yellow teeth ass self. But she's going to have plans to leave you because you're making it easy for her, because you just think with your little bitty donkey head and don't focus on your task as a man. I've been seeing it all week long in my studies. I've been going back and forth to the library. I've been coaching people. I've been having various conversations with women, and things have gotten very personal. I'm not talking about for me. I don't get in anybody's personal business unless they need, guidance or counseling, or they need to talk about something, or they need advice on something. That's them. But it's been personal because they have been showing me the very facts that they talk about, and it's disgraceful. These are men who sit at home, especially, I'm not going to name no towns and cities, but in some of the podunk areas, some of the, I would call it simpleton counties around America, there is more than half of ridiculous looking dudes who raised themselves. They weren't raised up by, it don't look like they was raised up by parents. Even the mother just like, I'm going to abandon him. Like he, looked like whoever raised them probably gave up because he didn't want to damn well listen to them anyway, obviously. And they don't take care of themselves. Their health is distorted. I'm not going to say nobody's business. I'm going to give you an example like I always do. I'm not going to tell nobody's business. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and give you one real quick, okay? So, don't get into your pampers or your feelings about this, but this is real talk here for you to learn something. So I know this woman, okay, who's been in a relationship for at least 5 to 6 years. And it is a short time, but it's a good length when you're living in America. That's a long damn time. And I thought she was bad. She's considered as in the, I won't say she's thick. She's this heavy set, okay, or a little overweight. Because I have a weight index that a woman should be, especially nowadays. They just think that big is thick, and it's not thick. No, you're big. You're chubby. You're out of shape. Another language is called fat, okay? And I thought she was bad. She had, she didn't have too many health issues. I don't want to put her on blast, but she just needed to lose a little weight, basically, and stay mentally focused because she had a lot going on in her life. And when she told me about her dude, listen, 230 something pounds, not muscle, just 230 something pounds, overweight. Dude is having health complications. He's a diabetic, and his joints ache every now and then, and he's having problems with blood pressure, okay? And so he has to take blood pressure pills, so he's struggling. He's really going through some things. And this woman had a child by him. And as we was having a conversation, she wants to jump out of the relationship. She do not want to be there at all. She don't want to be there. But as she tells me, she's there for the child. And she wants to be diligent with this guy. She wants to stay by his side and do the wifely duties and be committed and all that. I understand. I respect that. That's a great thing. It's a good thing that she's at least trying, but she's struggling because, listen, this man don't want to do better for himself. She showed me all the pamphlets, and she showed him some of my audios as far as eating right, eating non-GMO foods, that is genetically modified food, go for long walks, at least get 15, 20 minutes in the gym or something like that, or more, 30 minutes a day to start off, and he don't want to do it, okay? But what she have done, listen, I need y'all to check this out. What she's doing is, she is going to the gym now. She is at least trying to do better for herself, okay? She showed me some of her health drinks and the shakes that she's drinking. She's at least on the right path to do better for herself. And when she showed me the way this guy looked, she looks better than him. She looks better than him. And as she explained the situation, he's not concerned about the way he looked. He's not concerned about his health. He's not trying to do much for himself, nor is he ambitious. But yet this guy, listen carefully, this guy knows about the RP. He knows about KS, about Kevin Samuels. That means he hear about what women need to be as far as feminine, fit, cooperative, that sort of thing. And on the often, he's trying to critique her about doing better, trying to do better for herself, eat better, stay in shape. The list goes on. But yet him, on the other hand, is more beta than beta. And he's not the only example. He's not the only person. There's several men who's in the same line. See, some of the women want their men to be with them, to go to the gym. They want their man to motivate them, to get them up on their feet, to do things and to stay focused on their task and eat healthy. But these women are explaining to me and showing me in their own special way that these men are below them. What that means is they're not even trying to do the same thing that they want their women to do. And they're worried about their women leaving them because of them going, the women that are going going to the gyms, they're getting in shape, they're trying to do better for themselves. Those men are pretty much worried that their woman is going to leave them, but yet they don't want to do anything to keep their woman there. They don't want to do anything to keep their woman interested in them. They don't want to do anything to let this woman know that he is ambitious. He is a go-getter. He is that same man that she initially signed up to be with in the beginning. So basically, here it is. Here's the Shangri-La. Men are letting themselves go. The majority of women that I've spoken to. I'm not saying all men. Men, I'm not dousing you. Big brother isn't dousing you. I'm telling you there are men out here who are generally letting themselves go, and women are getting better than them to the point where those men are allowing these women to have the opportunity to jump ship because she can't stay. Who would want to stay in a situation where this person is practically hurting themselves right in front of you? Yeah, you can be diligent. You can be committed to them. You can stay by their side. You can want to be with them back and forth in the hospital. But how can you do that on the often? Eventually, it's going to eat at you, or it's going to eat at her, who's a woman who's looking for stability, looking for quality, looking for a man who's a man's man, looking for a man who knows how to take care of himself and guide her in proper directions. How can she respect this dude if she's looking down at him as this puddle of slush? How? So when a man come around, like myself, come around the corner, and it's shameful of me to say this, but I'm going to have to say it. Okay? I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to be honest with you. I can take your girl. I can take your girl because you're giving her to me. She's not interested in you as a sloth. She's interested in a real man, in a man who's taking care of himself, a man who ain't sitting down slotchy like you. And do I take him? No. Do I have self-control? Yes, but I'm going to talk about that in the second chapter. We're going to talk about it. Okay? But I'm just letting you know. This is why I said I'm an alpha dude. As an alpha dude, I'm telling you right now, you're making it easy for me to come along and I have my shorts on and khakis or whatever else and shoes, and I don't have to remove it. She's like, "Come on, let's go. Let's go." And my first question is, it wouldn't be why. I already know why. Why? Because you aren't on your square. That is the man. Because he's not on his square. Because you're sitting down eating, I'm not going to talk about the fast food plates, but yeah, this chicken and biscuits, and you expect for her to be on her game. You eat chicken and biscuits, you don't go to the gym, you're not taking care of yourself, you got in all kind of health complications, and she's like, "Come on, baby, let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do something. I'm ready to go for a walk. Take me down to the canal. Take me over there to New York City. Let's go do this." You're like, "No, I don't want to do that." "No, baby, I don't want to do that." "Oh, okay. Okay. If you're afraid of me being hit on at the gym, if you're afraid that people are going to talk to me at the gym, why don't you go to the gym with me?" "Oh, no, baby, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and stay home, and I don't want you to go to the gym either." She's going to be like, "What the what? What? What did you just say?" "Oh, baby, no, I don't want you to go to the gym either because I don't want men to go and hit on you." They say, "Well, what am I supposed to do to better myself?" I don't know. I'm just going to sit on my couch and be the lazy one. And I don't want you to better yourself because I'm just, I have no confidence in myself and I'm not the man I'm supposed to be. Dummy. So don't get mad. Listen, don't get mad. And it may not be me. I'm just telling you, it may not be me. I am giving you word of warning. Don't get mad. When another alpha comes into the picture and she dumps you like the puddle of you are and decide to get with this better dude because you are a lazy ass. Ridiculous. But on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, or men specifically, there is something else that we need to do. And I just explained it. Should that opportunity arise, Now, this isn't for married women. This is for, it's pretty humid out here, so I'm kind of struggling. But like I said before, I suffer for you, so I deal with it. Trying to move these windows out of the way, certain ways so the breeze can get in, so it gets a little louder here. I know you hear the birds chirping. We're outside. That's just what we do, okay? This thing called getting it just because it's available, for example. Now, for a married woman or a woman who's in a relationship, that's one incident that we can talk about at a different time. Okay, that's going to be a different story. It's going to be, that will be a very large audio. But let's talk about the women who aren't in a relationship and they're interested in donkey. They want to be with you to get their pleasure. All right. Number one thing, I'm going to throw it out there to begin this audio. Number one thing, understand this. Men need to respect men. And what do I mean by that? What is Morpheus talking about? Leon C. Morpheus. Somebody call me LCM. Don't do that. It don't sound right. Either you're going to call me Leon C. or call me Morpheus. Don't say Leon. There's millions of Leons out there. There's thousands of Leon C's as well. So I prefer either Morpheus or Leon C, aka Morpheus M. Anyhow, you have to understand the future is going to be here eventually. There is men who know about the RP. They complain about hypergamy. They have this expectation of women, and they try to say that women have this issue here in America. And I get that. And I'm jumping out of this box because I need to explain the box. I need to explain this issue that we're having so you can see it too from the third person. Okay? You cannot complain. You cannot talk about the wrenches, the distortion, or the dysfunction if you are the problem or if you're the one condoning the dysfunction. If you are the one who is supporting the bad behavior of the majority of the modern day woman. What do I mean? It starts with the interaction. What is this interaction we're talking about, Morpheus? Okay, I just said it, donkey. So before we hit the bedroom, there should be a thought pattern like, what am I doing? What is the purpose of this? Now, for you who are beta men, for you who never get you any, for you who are always thirsty and you can't control yourself, you are always in this position. You don't think about it, or you're like, as well, I just want to go ahead and just get my pleasure and call it done. Well, she's offering it, I'm going to take it. It's available, I'm going to take it. She's single, I'm going to take it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about you today. Yeah, I got your bottle right here because you need it. Because some of you men, that's all you think about. That's the only thing that your directives is. And you are the precursor. No, let me say it like this. You're the mouse on the computer. You know how you use the mouse and you move that little toggle around? You are the reason why things are being done because of your activities with these women. You don't know that you are the problem when you're doing this. You accept the world, she's giving it, so I can get ass anytime. So I'm a big pimp. This is what I do. Yeah, man, I can get like 3 girls in a week or 4 girls in a week, and man, I'm doing it almost every day, man, with new different girls. But yeah, you turn around. Listen, you turn around and try to say you are RP or you all about some sort of a MGTOW. Are you sort of I don't like women? Well, you like women, but you don't like women's activities like that. You like women, but you don't like their activities the way that they are living today. And you complain about it. Then you want to join these channels and try to agree with other men about how women are acting. But yet you yourself, you're the very seed of destruction. And how are you the seed of destruction? Because of the interaction. Now let's go ahead and go deep in this, ladies and gentlemen, so I don't leave you. The thought pattern should be this: before you go into the bedroom, what is your reason and your purpose? See, when you just want to, they got this thing called pump and dump. That's one of the things that you're doing. You're pumping and dumping. When you're just accepting it because she's giving it to you. You got to remember, sometimes women make bad decisions. She definitely made a bad decision by choosing you. She definitely made a bad decision. That's where she failed at right there. But you got to understand, sometimes women lead by their emotions, and sometimes they don't see the future. Yes, she's going to come in there with value loaded, of course. Yes, she's going to want something from you when you, how can I say this respectively? When you split her, yes, she's going to want something, okay? But you got to remember, you are supposed to be the guiding light in the society. You're supposed to be a man about your situations. You're supposed to be cautious about your actions or your behaviors and how you deal with women. So therefore, you are going to have to, you're the reason why the result's going to end up to be where it is. You got to understand this. She's going to be if you're just pumping and dumping, she's going to be somebody else's wife in the future. Yeah. Or somebody else's girlfriend. When I say men need to respect men, when you ruin this woman, you're ruining her for someone else, basically. Okay? Or you say, well, I don't care about him. I came first, so I'm just go ahead and be with this. No. Listen, moron. Listen carefully. If you're complaining about the way that the modern society is operating, or the way women are operating, you can't complain about it when you yourself, you are the problem, because you are accepting those types of women at their lowest point of their life, or when they make bad decisions, instead of correcting it. You correct it. Listen carefully. Check this out. Listen. You got to correct bad behavior by not participating in bad behavior. You don't correct bad behavior by being a part of the bad behavior. You correct bad behavior by not anticipating or participating or being a part of or collaborating or supporting or condoning or being inside or outside of that particular problem. You don't involve yourself if you want to create a solution and not a problem. If you know that she's doing this just for the moment, if you know she's making bad decisions, if you know full well that you're not going to marry this woman, you know you're not going to keep her, why would you touch her to begin with? Let me say that again. Why are you bothering her? Why would you put your hands on her if you don't have a reason outside of your so-called pleasure or donkey? You got what I'm saying? You don't need to involve yourself if you're talking about you need to better a future, or you're trying to turn the page of the way the society's operating. And there are so many of them who call themselves RP men. They call themselves NGTOW. They call themselves alpha. They call themselves decent men or pimps or whatever the hell they call themselves. I'll call you a loser, but you'll call yourself somebody special because you get women all the time. But ask yourself this question: are you keeping them? Are they anything important in your life? If they're not anything important in your life, if you're not keeping them, you yourself, sir, you are the problem of the society. You are the reason. You are part of the reason why the sexual marketplace dilemma that we're in is so distorted. Now I'm gonna back that up with some. I'm gonna back it up. Hold on. Hold your little boy panties. I'm gonna back it up. Okay? And I'm gonna put myself in the mix here. I think this thing just fell out on me. Hold on. My microphone is kind of tripping on me. Okay, there we go. Got it back together here. All right. So I went ahead and I'm inside of my house now. I'm not in my studio, so you notice that the sound is different. So I know it's a lot more isolated in here. You can hear me a lot easier, but you know I'm a nature man. Okay? So listen carefully. When I was in grade school, they had this game called Heads Up, 7 Up. Okay? And there were several ways to play that game. But the way I was used to playing it is where the whole classroom, yes, this was grade school. I remember. Yeah, I'm not that old, but I mean, I can remember when I was in grade school, like grade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But Heads Up, 7 Up, one of my favorite games. And this game was where everybody in the classroom had to put their head down on the desk. And a person who chooses you to either be on their team or to win something or to get something, they would they'll walk up to your desk and they would tap you on your head. Okay. And then there were some ways to play it, but I'm not going to go to the various ways. But what ended up happening is when they turn the lights on and say, "Heads up, everybody." So when all the students put their head up from the table and the lights turn on, you'll see 3 or 4 different desks missing. So apparently the people who were chosen is no longer there, right? They were chosen. Some people, they just stayed in the classroom, put their head up, but we're not talking about that, okay? And so this would go on for a while where another person would go in there and they would tap several people on the head. Tap this girl, tap this guy, whoever else. And eventually you'll have the remainder of the students in the classroom, right? And that would be that. They're not going to return. So let's look at this as the dating scene, okay? In the dating scene of women and men, okay? When you donkey dunk with a person, okay, for some of you who are ignorant, sex, okay, is the word thing, okay? You was chosen by that person. They tapped you on the head and said, "Hey, let's go. Your time. This is your time." At this particular point, you are supposed to be off of the dating arena. You're supposed to be off the market. Listen, you are supposed to be chosen. You are supposed to be taken. This also is a teetering to some religions, is a teetering to your morals, is a teetering towards how you have your promiscuities and how you value your body, S&V, okay? Because you don't want to choose any type of person. So the trick is this, where you are with that person, okay? Today, in the modern world, you'll get tapped on your head by someone who wants to be with you, but yet you're still in that classroom. You're still with your head down. Just imagine you're in the classroom and all the people have their head down on the desk and someone taps you. You get up from the room, you go and you spend time with them, donkey dunk, 30 minutes, hour, whatever you do. And you come back and you sit back on your desk. No one would ever know. Listen, no one would ever know that you just donkey dunked with who. You did that with who. But you're still on the market. You can still go in there and say, "Oh, I'm waiting for somebody else to tap me." Okay? And imagine this being done several times over. So you don't know who's donkey dunking with who. Then, of course, you got this thing called STDs. That is sexual transmitted diseases. Somebody getting pregnant. You don't know who the baby daddy is. Come on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You know I'm hot on this subject. You know it. Stop playing. But here we go. Let's continue on. What I just said at the beginning, you are supposed to be off the market. Somebody touched your head, you're gone. Right? Therefore, what ends up happening is you have a cleaner environment. You have a cleaner society. You have a cleaner, more responsible group of adults who's taking care of the one that they're with, or they're committed to the one that they decide to lay down and open up their legs to. All right? Simple as that. Now let's transform this to the accountability of what I was discussing earlier about bozo men. Okay? We're going to go ahead and talk about this for a moment. So bring some clarity. Now, in one of my audios, I had a interview with Brian, and in the discussion, Brian was asking me about having several girlfriends. Okay. And he was talking about how difficult it was, and why would I do this? I'm this so-called, what did he say? Where he said several things that were just pretty much targeting my character, but not pretty much explaining logic. So he used his feminized beta sort of language. But anyway, he was basically saying it was a very silly thing, and I had to break it down to him that this is the scenario that I'm going to bring to you. We are all playing Heads Up 7 Up. Okay, me as Morpheus, Leon C. Morpheus, I go into the room and there's women in this room. Okay, and they all have their head down. Okay, now when I tap you on your head, that means I chose you. That means you're no longer on the dating market. That means you're going to get up, get your purse, daddy's here or daddy's home, and let's go. You know, let's go ahead and go. You're you and me. All right, got me?
Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Come on, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick it up. Pick up the phone. Come on now. Pick up the phone. That's it. Come on, pick up the phone. Come on. That's it. You can do it. Come on, pick up the phone. Pick it up.
So therefore, you're off the market. And because I'm a man of means and options. Because, yes, let me say that again, because I'm a man of means and options, because I have a quality to myself, because I have standards, okay, I have the pick of the litter. And my women know that if you're chosen permanently, or you're going to be in that situation where you're in my circle, meaning you're still going to be taken care of. You're still my number one chick and all that story. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Just bear with me. So I go back in the room and I tap somebody else's head, another girl's head. That girl that's outside in the hallway, or she's waiting for me, she's not going back into the room. She's mine. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Okay, she's off the market. So I tap this girl in the head, she's off the market. I tap another girl in the head, she's off the market. She's off the market, she's off the market. And so the lights come on, and I guess the universe or the society say, okay, who's available, who's not available now? Those girls that I tapped, let's call it touchy. Okay, let's call it touchy. They're off the market. Where are they? They're mine. They're my responsibility. They are well taken care of. They're loved. They're honored. They're respected. The list goes on. Okay. Now, the big question is this. Listen carefully, ladies and gentlemen. The big question is this. Here we go. Why did Morpheus do this? Okay. The question will be, what are you doing? What is your directives? Are you trying to be a pimp? Are you trying to be this player? Or do you just want this bullpen of girls because you just want to have a plethora of sexual opportunities? No, let me explain something to you. There's a big word. Listen carefully. As a RP provider and as a professor here, I preach and I teach responsibility. And I also teach accountability. There is no point in me talking about the ratchet, uncomfortable, unbalanced, bad behavior of the modern woman, or the distortion of family and the trust issues that we are having, especially in America, and I attribute to it. So what I'm doing is here, it's called being responsible for what I did. If I touch it, I'm going to keep it. Just as simple as that. I'm responsible for these women now. I'm responsible for what I do to them. Listen, this is something that men need to know about themselves. At least I do. And I'm just going to be honest with you. And I don't want to put it on, I don't want to put this on blast, but this is for the sake of this lesson, I must talk about this and not to blow my head up. Okay. It's not. Okay. I'm very skilled. I'll put it like that. I know what I am doing all the damn time. Okay. So I know I have the potential to turn this girl's world upside down. If I tap her on the head and say, let's go, it's donkey dunk time. All right. So I've just made a monster, or I have created a possible problem for either the next man or just the next generation. Here's the thing, because I'm being responsible for my actions, and I'm going to keep the relationship and be responsible for the relationship however we can get along with each other as adults. You got what I'm saying? So therefore, they're not going to be a part of the, what do you call that? The modern day pump and dump type of thing. They're not going to be these women where they'll say, oh, he just want a variety of women, and then he want to throw them back into the river or the ocean. No, ladies and gentlemen, listen. No, that is not what Morpheus is doing. No, absolutely not. No, it's called manning up and being responsible for my actions. Now, here's the thing. It's not all about donkey dunking. It's about the future. It's about nation building. It's about family. It's about infrastructure. It's about finances. It's about business. Donkey dunking is an important thing. It's part of the relationship, but it's not the first and foremost idea on my plate. So here's what I do. Okay? Let me go ahead and get this straight. I don't engage unless there's a reason. Because number one, I have options. I don't have to be with this one girl. What I mean is, I don't have to have it. It's not the end of the world if I turn her down, because I know I can mess her world up, or she's going to be damaged for the next man. Or you get what I'm saying? I can turn it down because I can control myself. I'm not, what they use this word, thirsty. I'm not eager to enter her just because she say, hey, I'm ready, let's go. I think about it. I know that there's going to be responsibility. There's going to be exchange of energy. If I get with this girl, she's going to be little Morpheus. Do you understand? Because there's energies that are interacting between me and her. I'm going to take a little bit of her energy. She's going to take a little bit of my energy. I'm going to have to be responsible for the results. Simple as that. What happens thereafter, I need to make sure and understand that we can deal with this as adults. And walking away from the situation isn't always the way of dealing with the situation like that. Because if you do, you are going to be creating damage for the next people. Now, I'm going to get ready to talk about that in a moment. Hold that thought. Hold that tab for a moment. Walking away and being with somebody else. Hold that tab. Okay. So I'm not going to just say yes. I'm going to say no. So I'd rather keep this girl, or if I'm not going to be with her, listen, she can be beautiful all she wants to. She can have curves for days. She could be my type. Okay. I do have several types that I probably said it several times. Okay. On audio. But it changes every now and then, but I don't hold myself back, and I'm not limited. But I know there's a type that I will not deal with. Yes. And a certain bundle that I will not even come near for no damn reason. I don't care how cute they are. I know how evil they are within themselves. But anyhow, I know that it's based on looking forward in the future of what's going to happen next. So therefore, I'd rather wait. Or if it's that bad in my itch, if my donkey dunk itch is that bad, if she bothers me this much, you know what? I better roll up a magazine and some lotion and call it a day. I'd rather have a 5-finger discount than to ruin this woman's life, or to make her ruined for the next man. If I'm not going to keep her, why am I going to bounce with her? Listen carefully. Let me tell you something here. Listen. If I'm not going to keep her, why would I touch her? Why would I touch her? I'm not saying she's an item, but look at it like this. She's merchandise for somebody else. She's somebody else's wife. She's somebody else's girlfriend in the future. She's going to be somebody else's mother. If I am going to go into this room and just tap her on the head and we have our fun and I'm not going to keep it, I'm a grown damn child. I'm a grown damn child in a man's body, and I haven't grown up. There's a thing that some women say that some men don't want to commit. I can understand what they're talking about. They're talking about boys. They're talking about these betas. They're talking about men who are saying, well, I get a whole lot of women per week and I can just get them all I want to. And if I don't want to be with them, I just don't want to be with them. They keep forcing me to a relationship, but I don't want to be in a relationship. But yet he goes around and he sleeps with these women. He donkey dunks with his women. You know, sleeping, having sex, donkey dunk. That's what donkey dunking is. And he don't want to be committed. But yet, he call himself a man. No, you are a boy. Because you got to think about the consequences. So, let's go back to the tab that I told you to hold. So, here we are. So, let's say that you think as an adult, you want to come together for casual sex. All right? For casual sex. And you say, oh, I'm being an adult about it. Yeah, we get together, but we definitely walk away because that's just what we wanted. And it's just a one night stand and we agreed on it. And that was it. You ain't listen, the moment you walk away, you just committed to making the society worse than what it is. You are condoning bad behavior. You are condoning, especially women, you're condoning women to feel or think as if they are the prize when you give them what they want, because sometimes they just want it too, but you got to have standards. So when a lot of people say, well, we are being adults, you know, we had an adult activity and we was adult to walk away from it. No hard feelings. We're just friends. We call up every now and then when we want it, and that's it. Let me show you something, bozo. Yeah, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to show you something. You're contributing to the way that society is today. That's what you're doing. You're contributing because you're not giving them any standards. You don't have any standards yourself, and you're thinking with your little bitty head instead of thinking of the consequences. I'd rather hold back and ask this girl, what is it all for? What's the whole reason? Are we going to have a future? What's the whole program? Are you going to get in my program? You want to be in my circle? Are we going to build something? Are you going to support my business? Are you going to do this and that? It was all about, well, I want to have a good time. I just want to have fun. I just, I love you, Alpha. You're just so good and all your chest and blah, blah, blah. But okay. And then automatically, let me show you something. I'm going to show you some magic. I want to show you something. Because I'm a high quality male, because I have good standards, because I worked hard to be where I am today, because I have a very good mindset, and because I value myself. Okay. What I do is this. Is she going to be worth that time that I'm going to be spending with her doing donkey dump? Because it's an exchange. She's not doing me a favor. I'm doing her a favor. You understand? And if she wants to take this relationship further, I'm even more doing her a favor because I got options. Not to say that she don't. She has options too. Yes. And the favor does work both ways. So no, I'm not big-headed and saying that I'm the only one that's giving her anything. No. The thing is, I evaluate who and what this girl is. So here's the thing. If she got her life in order and she's going to be a quality asset in my world, let me say that again. She's going to be a quality asset in my world. She's going to be a quality asset in my world. She supports what I do. She's not a side chick. She is a forerunner. She is a front runner. She understands. She gives me peace. She's feminine, fit, and cooperative, and she's healthy. And she worked hard to be where she is. And her mind is in the right place. Then I don't mind exchanging energies with her. She would be worth it. And I have an idea that she'll be open-minded with whatever that we want to do thereafter as adults. So therefore, it may be worthwhile, okay, donkey ducking with this woman, because there's going to be a possibility that there is something else, not just simply the sheets fluffing up and down. So she wins the prize just as well as I win the prize, but she'll win the prize. She'll win that attention. She will win that opportunity. You got me? I'll walk in the room. I'll tap her on the head and say, Hey, ma'am, you're chosen. Let's go. All right. Now, if I know this girl is ratchet, listen, her life is not in order. She's one of these girls who claim to be thick and she's actually 300 something pounds. Okay. She got this boss babe mentality. I don't care how cute she thinks she is. Okay. She's talking about, oh, I got my PhDs. I don't need you, Morpheus. I can do it all by myself. All right. But I do want to donkey dunk with you. Right. In her own ways, in ways that you don't have to say it. It just happens. Just conversation, body language, rubbing, touching, smiling, that sort of thing. Okay. If she's this girl who, again, she has a bad personality, she got a bad attitude, she don't want to listen, she don't cooperate, she's not feminine, she's more masculine than what she needs to be, okay, then it don't matter how bad I want it, she's going to be rejected. I'm going to turn her down and tell her, ma'am, you got to go. You got to go. You can't stay here. Okay, but you got to go. You're a problem. All right? I want to exchange energies with this girl. So therefore, guess what? She has responsibility. So here's the thing. If she's interested, if she's a friend of mine, if she's an associate, whatever the situation is, she know that there's a standard to meet before getting the prize, before taking a relationship to the next level, before getting a man like myself. So let's just say, for example, and I'm just saying, let's say high value men. Let's talk about that for a moment here. Okay. Let's say I represent high value men. And this woman who has a bad attitude, she's a boss babe, she's a PhD, I can do it all by myself, I don't need you type of girl. Okay. She walks into the room. All right. And she'll say, well, I'm interested in her own way. We know there's multiple ways in being with you. All right. I would say no, because there's a standard you have to meet before we get to that level. And so in her mind, she'll be thinking, well, every other guy will easily just, give it up. Or what you can say, we'll take it if I throw it at him. Okay. Every other guy want to sleep with me. Every other guy would say yes, but why are you saying no? Then I would say, well, because I'm a different caliber of a man and I can't be with you like that. I'm not interested in you because of your status, because of your behavior, because you're not compatible. You don't behave the way you need to behave to reach this standard. Okay. So now she realizes she's at a place, or at least she should, because sometimes we're dealing with rebellious modern day mindsets today. So she should say, well, okay, I get it. There's a standard. There's an expectation that you have. I respect it, or I see it, or I understand it. Something along those lines to let her know, okay, she's not accepted. Right? Because of what? And then, of course, she should know why. Or I would simply explain it to her if she got to that point, that you're this way. You're too masculine. You're too loud. You're too ratchet. You got a bad behavior. You're not compatible. You want to rule things around here. Ma'am, I'm alpha. Rule yourself somewhere else. You're not ruling nothing around me and my circle. Okay? Go somewhere else where they're passive beta men, not over here. Whatever the situation is. All right? So now I'm no longer responsible for her bad behavior. Listen, I'm no longer responsible for her bad behavior. Actually, I wasn't responsible for her bad behavior to begin with. I didn't produce her to be the way that she is. I'm not pumping her head up. I'm not making her think or feel as if she can have a high value male, even if she have a ratchet behavior, even if she don't take care of herself, even if she's out of shape, even if she's not cooperative, even if she's not bringing peace in my life. So ultimately, I'm actually changing the environment. Obviously, I am bridging a standard that at least most men should have. I'm not touching it unless there's a reason. Listen, I'm not touching it unless there's a reason. That reason should be standard. That reason should be she has to get herself in order to win the prize. She have to be a certain caliber of woman to be accepted by a caliber of men, a certain caliber of men. In this case, a high value man, or a man who has options, a man who's of full quality and have things going on in his life, or alpha male, whatever the situation is. He's a decent guy. Okay. Now let's step back for a moment to talk about the common beta today, the common man today. The common men today don't really think like that, ladies and gentlemen. Listen carefully. We are living in a very sorrowful, pitiful time where men will pretty much bounce on anything. And there's this thing called, well, she may not be my girl, but you know what? I'll kiss the fish and I'll throw it back in the water. Or here it is, the common language that we all understand, pump and dump. Okay? Yeah, I'll get it, but I'm not going to keep her. I'll get it, but I'm not going to wife her up. I'll get it, but I'm not going to marry her. She's not going to be my permanent chick. You know, she's not going to be my number one chick. She might be my side chick. Whatever they say. The fact of the matter is, they're touching it, but they're leaving it. They're not being responsible. So what ends up happening is this. If a high-value male, a high-value man, a alpha, 6 foot tall, whatever, when she's like, hey, do you want it? You know, let's go ahead and spend some time donkey dunking. And he accepts this girl. He says, yes. Yes, of course, sure. Yeah. And here's the dumb thing. Dummy, like, okay, yeah. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll spend a little time with you. I'll go ahead and yeah, we can bump each other, but I ain't gonna keep you because, you know, I'm a high value man and I can't be committed to you, but I'm a bump you anyway. Well, bozo, you aren't doing any good. He is still destroying the society. He's still a problem because guess what? What she's going to say to the next man or other women, she's going to think that she can actually pull high value men. She thinks she can actually pull the alpha. She thinks she can pull good men because this man spent time with her, donkey dunking with her, giving her that time and attention, giving her that time and attention. So she's not going to change her ways. She's not going to see that she's not accepted into the higher circles, such as, of course, you know, marriage and long-term relationship. But still, donkey dunking is just as bad. When you touch it and you leave it, you're still doing just as bad. You're still destroying the society. You're still responsible for your damn behavior, boy. When you should deny her 100%. Because what happened is you are giving her the perception and the reality as well, because she got to see this. She got to understand it. She got to understand face to face that she cannot live a very aggressive, non-compatible, back-talking, sassy, a bad lifestyle and still be accepted into the kingdom, or still be around high-value men, or still have the possibility of getting the ring. Because she's not going to change her perception, because, of course, most women want a high-value man, or at least a decent man who's going to be decent enough in her life, but she has to be a decent woman to earn it. It's as simple as that. So when you got men who don't know how to control themselves, you got men who are thinking, well, you know, I just want to get my rocks off. So, well, she's offering it, so I'll take it, but I'm not going to keep it. Well, bozo, you're still not helping the manosphere. You're still destroying the RP. You're still making it bad for every other woman because she's going to be looking. So here's it is. Let me go ahead and give you a different example here. Let me put it like this. Okay, let's say she's struggling financially. All right, she's going through some things. All right, and I'm a multi-millionaire, and so some sort of way we encounter each other, and I bring her to my world. Let's talk about the donkey dunking and spending time. Yeah, because it could be like that too. Because you're giving her enough attention. It's the same. Okay, it may not be the lifestyle, but the fact that the fact that you slept with her usually is enough. Okay, but I'm making a big scenario out of this so we can get an understanding. Okay, so now she see the plush carpet, she see the big bedroom, she see the chandeliers, she see the nice roll stairs going upstairs and all that. She know I'm living good, and she's in this house. She's looking at the drapers, and let's just say we got done donkey dunking, and she's just walking around the bedroom, looking at everything while I'm putting on my shirt and tie and things of that nature. Okay. And I'm putting on my slacks. I'm getting her to walk. Whoa, baby, I'm getting her to leave. And, I give her a kiss and she's putting on her clothes and she's getting ready to walk out of the house too with me. Okay. And here's the thing. When she walks away, in her mind, she's thinking, I can live this lifestyle forever, especially if I'm taking her out to eat. Okay, I'm taking care of everything. She thinks that she can have this forever. And the type of caliber of man that I am. Okay? So however it ends, like I don't call her back or I say, we can't talk, or it just was a one night fling and maybe I'll talk to you like next month or something like that. Because I want to keep her in my bullpen just to donkey dunk with her and leave her on her and send her on her way. Okay? Every other man that comes after her, every other man that she looks at, she's going to want that status completely. She's going to want what I have offered her. She's going to want that. She's going to be expecting every other man to meet that standard of either living or donkey dunking. She's want every other man to look like me, to be like me, or to be as tall as me, to be as capable to take her to Mount Everest in the bedroom like I can do her. But the reality of it is, it's actually ruining the experience for every other man, because guess what? I wasn't serious about keeping her, and instead of being honest with her and let her know, well, you could have this type of lifestyle. You could be with me on a permanent basis if you had a certain standard. You listen to what I'm saying? A certain standard. But instead of me being honest with her and telling her that, I'd rather say, well, it's just a one night stand and, I'll meet you next month, or keep her on the leash, basically. Keep her hungry. Keep her coming back for more. Lying to this woman. She would never see that she doesn't fit the quota. She would never understand why she don't have the wedding ring. She would never understand why she's not chosen. She would never understand. She would never get the drift of why I don't want to commit to her, or why she's not going to be my main chick, why she's not in my circle, why I don't want to hang out with her more than just every other weekend or every once a month or something like that. She won't understand because I'm not being honest with her. And betas, children, that's why I said earlier, they're not really high value men. They're low life type of bozos. Okay. They don't really explain themselves to this girl. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't want to say, well, you're only here because we just having casual donkey dunk. They don't want to say that, because most women over a certain amount of time, they're going to be like, nah, I want more than that. Nah, I don't want to keep sitting here doing this if I know I'm not going to be your main chick. I'm not going to live with you. Why am I going to do this? You're not going to marry me. So why am I going to keep giving my body to you if I'm not getting anything out of it? If you don't want to take me on your yacht, if you don't want me to go traveling with you, if you don't love me, why are you donkey dunking with me? Okay. So a lot of these beta men know that. So they're not going to tell her the truth. They're going to keep lying to her. You understand? But they ruin the society. They make it bad for every other man. Men make it bad for other men. Men, these low-life beta men who will donkey duck with anybody without standards, make it bad for every other high quality or high value sort of man. So therefore, it doesn't do any good for the society. So listen, and here's a single law here. Here is a super single law. Like I said before, I am RP. Of course I am. Okay? But I hold men responsible for the way that things are operating today. I hold men responsible for women who say, oh, I can get a man like that. Every other man treats me like this. Every other man do that. Yeah, I can always get a high value man. Yep, as soon as you walk out of the door, there's going to be another man walking in. Why can they say that? Because out of two men who may have some sort of quality and standard, there's going to be at least 10 or 15 of the blue pill, soft, backwards, mama raised, nipple drinking boys, who's going to validate her womanhood, who's going to give her the benefit of doubt, who's going to support her, who's going to come in like the white knight and destroy the entire damn game. And these very men, listen, these very boys who are doing the pump and dump, who don't want to be responsible for the women that they touch, who don't want to man up and deal with the situation and organize it properly and control his desire, right? Control his need. These same type of boys are the ones who want to run around talking about how ratchet women are. They're the main ones who want to run around and talk about how bad women are acting. They're the main ones who want to run around and get upset when women have a case of hypergamy, when women want to monkey wrench to some other man. But he's the reason why she's doing that. He's the reason why she's out of control, because he has no control. So we want to talk about full accountability. If we want to talk about the major issues that we are having, you see the title. You see the title. Be a man about it. At least I'm being a man about it. I realize if I put my hand on this girl's head and I say, hey, heads up, 7 Up, you're chosen. She's chosen. That means she is in my bedroom for a reason. She's not there just because I'm on a donkey dunk with her. I see something further than just that. Did I spell that out for you correctly? She's there for a reason. If she's sitting on my couch, she is there for a reason more than just donkey dunk. Please believe, if you see 2 girls in my car, they're not there just because, oh, he's a big pimp. Oh my God, he got these 2 girls. No. They are there for a reason beyond that. Maybe beyond you and your cognitive, because how silly you are and small-minded, but they're there for a reason. I'm responsible for my actions. I'm responsible for what I do. I know it's going to be pricey. I know it's going to be expensive. I know it's going to be an issue. I know that it's going to be a balance being game. I know what it comes with, but guess what? I touched it. I better damn well keep it. But you bozo men, you blue pill soft, mama raised boys, just want to go around bouncing on women and thinking, oh, I'm a pimp, I'm a decent dude because I got all these women coming after me. You're the it's almost like this. You got a cow corral. And what you do with cows is you put them in a certain type of fence area and you corral them to a certain area. You got like 6 or 15 something cows going to that direction or more, because you're trying to either feed them or you're trying to clean them or whatever you're trying to do. You're sending them through there and possibly to a barn. It's called control, and herding them in one direction. You're not doing nothing but doing this without any reason. And in that circulation, they go through one gate and out the other the same. And you send them out into the society or into the world to be with other men with your imprint on their mind, with your imprint on their life, with your experience and shared energy in her womb. And you are the reason why the society is so distorted with poisonous seeds and bad behavior, because men are generally supposed to be leaders. Men are supposed to be the guiding light. Men are supposed to man up and be responsible for their actions, but yet you want to be a little bitty boy and think with your little bitty head, your little bitty Oscar Mayer, your Venetian sausage. So therefore you become a distortion for the manosphere and a distortion for other women who are actually looking for a quality leader of a man, but they're finding unqualified boys. This is why you hear on occasion women dousing men, saying there's too many immature men. This is why you hear on occasion women talking about they can't trust men. That's why you hear oftentimes where women say, well, I tried the good guy, but the good guy, well, not the good guy. They tried the bad boy, but the bad boy was ratchet, had bad behavior. He was childish. The list goes on. That's why she douses men on the off and says she can't stand by a man's side, because there aren't too many men who are guiding them or being a decent guiding light, either for the society or just generally being a decent dude as he's supposed to. So why the hell not is she going to turn her back? Why the hell not is she going to act the way that she do? Why the hell not is she going to be like, I'm not trying to be with those scrubs. They have no type of manhood, and most men are betas. Why do women say most men are betas? Because most men are betas. Because you want to touch something, you don't want to be responsible. The only thing you think about is what you got in your little bitty vanilla sausage and not what you got in your head, because it don't matter what you do. When you do something, you need to be responsible for it, and that's your damn problem, men. That's your damn problem. It's one thing to have RP in relationships and try to douse women and talking about how off the track that they are, but you are more off the track than they are, because if you had your mind in the right place and you as a proper guide and light, then they have something to either look forward to or to look up to. But because you're children and you are all sitting like in your baby pen, okay, sucking on your thumb and holding on to your mama's titty, okay, you ain't nothing for them to look up to. Absolutely not. So they got to guide themselves, or they got to go their own way, or they got to come up with their own idea of survival with their girlfriend groups, because men like you have no directives or no guiding light, energy, or potential, because you don't understand that you're making the society bad. So if we want to point fingers at the opposite gender, if we want to point fingers at them, you need to point 5 fingers at yourself at the same time. Because if every man had their ass in check and they act like they got some good goddamn sense, then maybe you can change society. But until then, men, okay, you're sticking your own self in the rear end. So good luck with calling the kettle black and you as ratchet as all ratchet can be. This is Leon C., aka Morpheus, and the lesson of the day is this. The problem is you men don't know how to be responsible for your actions, and you think with your little bitty head. So you are actually responsible for the way that things are occurring today. Yes, we need to understand how you're being played on with some women and their bad behavior and their hypergamy, regardless of the situation. I'm not saying that they're not responsible for the action. They are, and they are adult women as well. But you got to understand, they wouldn't get out of line if it wasn't for you. I know this as an experience because I told you I'm an alpha man. I have options. I'm with women all the time. And when I say go, it's time to go. When I say no, it's no. Okay? What goes on in my house, okay, is my business, and it stays there. Okay? And at the same time, if she's going to be there, she's not going to be there just because I want to have fun. That fun, dumb stuff is for kids and children. I'm a grown damn adult and I act like I got some good sense. And they know that there's some proper prospects if they're going to mess with Morpheus. But y'all ain't got nothing to offer them, nor do you have nothing to offer yourself, but just a good time and to have fun like a bunch of damn kids. And eventually she's going to get tired of that. And eventually, for most of them, they're going to think that that's all that you men have to offer. Okay? At the same time, you want to be petty and cry and act like a little bitty child because you can't find a quality of wife. Well, all you morons are ruining the proper women with your bad perspective and your bad leadership. Okay, so kick your own self in the ass and give your own self a RP. Or give women, they probably already got the RP on your ass a long time ago. That's why they decided to walk away. If you man up and act like you got some good goddamn sense, then maybe women will shape up right behind you. So get